lost the die. That's not good. Somebody's watching. Hi, Danette. I'm trying to get on here so I can see if I can see stuff. Hi, Sherry. Let's see. Where in the world? This is so confusing. Page. Hold on. I'm just trying to get on here so I can see. Okay, there I am. Hello, everyone. Okay, I've got to turn my voice off. I can hear myself. How's everybody doing tonight? So, I've never done Stampin' After Dark, even though I said I was going to. And since I got my box of Stampin' supplies, and Christian is thoroughly worn out from our day, I thought I'd open them and we can answer some of the questions that you guys, I know, have had. Okie dokie. So, I did get, let me just get rid of some of this stuff over here. Here's my other ones. Oh my gosh, I was like, I'm missing a lot of these circles. Now I know why. Let me put these in here so I don't lose them. Okay, so I know some people had asked about the die, like the closeness to the images. So I figured, since some people are watching television and some people are in bed, we can figure these out together. All right, so definitely After Dark. Yes, I know, right? Stampin' After Dark. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Okay, so first of all, I want to thank Brina. You all have probably seen her on here. She sent me this, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but it's this adorable little stamp. It says, handmade by Rach. Thank you, Brina. I thought that was the most thoughtful little thing she sent me. I have, seriously, the nicest viewers. Donna sent me the stand for the boss, and then Brina sent me that. I opened it, and I was like, I wonder what this is. So thank you, Brina. I will be sending you a thank you note in the mail, but I thought that was really kind. Hi from Vancouver, Canada. You've never seen... No, I've never done one at night. I used to do them at night. I should say I used to film them at night, because I always whispered because I was afraid I was going to wake Christian up. But he didn't wake up, so anyway. I'm sure you guys have seen these. Oops. Right. I'm sure you guys have seen these up close. Maybe not up close, but you've seen them probably. And I have to say, the peacock is... Hold on, let me move this again. My darn volume button's in the way. Sorry about that. It's definitely more of a green blue, if that makes sense. You know, let's see, Tranquil Tide is more greeny green. This is like a, this kind of shows you what color. It's like a blue green. It's a very nice color. I like it that. But I thought it was going to be more blue, and it's more green blue, if that makes sense. So I'm quite excited about that. It's definitely a different shade of Island Indigo, if that gives you a clue. And I think I thought it was going to be pretty close to, what is that color we just got rid of recently? Kids are in bed, that's right. If you have kids, they're in bed. I don't know where Brina got the stamp. I believe she sent it from someone who must have made it in Indiana. That would be my guess. Tranquil Tide, thank you. That's the one I was thinking. No, that's not it, because there's another one. What was the one color we lost recently that everybody really loved? I must have sold mine because I don't have it. I thought it was going to be very close to Tranquil Tide, and it is not at all. It's definitely dark. I like it a lot, though. This one I would say is a great one. This one I thought was going to be more close to Cajun Craze, and I really like it a lot. It's very complimentary, and I kind of think it's honestly like in the same realmish with the coral. So this would kind of be a very complimentary color, I think. But I thought this would be more red. I like it. It's a nice color. I think these two would go together really well with like a crumb cake or even this. Like those three would be nice. And then the rose, I'm not the biggest fan of like the pink colors, but it's definitely not too pinky. These are very pretty together. It's a lot deeper than Blushing Bride. I think it's a very nice color. I think seeing it, I really wasn't sure what it was going to look like, but I really like the rose color. And then the Purple Posy is like a nice, my grandmother would call it lilac, because that was her favorite color. But it's a nice complement with the purples, the Purple Posy. I think it's a nice combo to have. And then I think Seaside Spray does not quite pick up where Soft Sky left off, because I think this is more of a green blue. And it's definitely darker. You can see them balmy blue. But I think it would also look equally nice with Pacific Point. And it's much more blue than Pool Party. So I definitely think it is a color we're missing, which is nice to know that it's not like a color that we already have, if that makes sense. And again, I thought it would be closer to Soft Sky, but it's not very similar to Soft Sky, really. It is like Periwinkle, you're right. It's like, it is Periwinkle. It's very pretty, but I'm interested to see what it looks like when you actually stamp it. Because Balmy Blue, to me, I don't know if you guys feel this way, this is much darker than it looks. Balmy Blue is dark. So, we'll see what this looks like. Dapper Denim. No, not at all. Here's even Island Indigo. You can see it's not, it's very, these are more green blues, I guess. And even like turquoise, obviously it's not like turquoise at all, but these are my colors that I really like, so I didn't get rid of Island Indigo. I kept Soft Sky, Tempting Turquoise, Island Indigo, and Dapper Denim. And I don't know if you guys realize, but this is like one of the first colors, I think, that hasn't been food names. They're all like non-food things, which I know Highland Heather wasn't, but grape, all these kind of things make me hungry. And this isn't supposed to be with that. That's a different one. Okay, so anyway, I have to make some room for these new guys. And I don't think the peacock is like denim, because look, it's like, this is green. I know it's difficult to tell, but this is green and this is blue. And you know, someone made a chart. I don't know who the someone is, but I'm going to see if I can, I'm pretty sure I downloaded it, but someone in one of our teams was kind enough to make a chart of like all the colors Stampin' Up has ever had in their families. And quite honestly, you can totally see the difference. So I'm going to see if I can find that. I will put it somewhere for you guys. Let me see if I happen to have. Of course, I don't have any stamps here. Let's try this. I'm going to open up one of these things. I got this set. This starts with art. So I'll do it with the ink bottle. We'll see what this looks like. I'll just do these two and see. Hi, Donna. Were your ears burning? We were just talking about you. All right. So here's a piece of white. All right. So this is Dapper Denim, I think I said. All right. And hold on. Let me clean this off. No, I didn't put my sticker on yet. Forgive me. Whoa. See, these are way different. And that's Peacock. It's definitely much more greeny. And just for comparison, I'll do Tranquil Tide. So that may be difficult to see, but this is very blue. This is definitely like super green, and this is more of a blue-green. But it's a nice color. I definitely like it. So let me put this away. So that's Peacock. And I got, well, I might as well show you this one. I got this, it starts with art. This is like a whole, these are, I don't know what they're calling these. They're like a, I should have my catalog handy, but I don't know where it is right now. But they're having like these things where you can buy like everything in it. It's really neat the way they're doing it, because I think it's very sensible if you wanted to get everything, because it does give you the discount on the stamp set. So you only save a few dollars, but still a few dollars. So if you get that, I never saw Taken with Teal, But supposedly, I bet you it's probably similar to the shade. I don't think anything actually repeats. I don't know if it's a sweet cherry or if it's like a... I need to find my darn catalog. Where is it? It has to be here somewhere. Here it is. Hold on. I'm going to look in here. I don't even know. I can't believe it was that close. But it's like these kind of like super bundles. No, I guess they are calling them sweets. You're right. It is a sweet. I'm wrong. So you can get like, there's just one order number and you can get like all the stuff, which is cool. Because you can get the stamp set, the dies, the paper, and then there's a embossing folder and an art kit, and then there's washi tape and these little shipping boxes. But then you can also just get the stamp set and the dies. So it's really, like, it is a smart way of doing it in case maybe you don't know what you want to get. So you could get like, I'm going to get this one sweet. But instead of having to order like 15 different things, you just order the one number and you'll get one of everything. So I think that's nice. Congratulations, you top fan. I think there's a lot of you on here that are top fans. My same people that are here all the time. Regal Rose. Yes, that is, it's like an I want it all button. You're absolutely right. Okay. So first off, let me get one of these things so I can show you the difference, because this is what my point was for this show. All right, so if I was someone who had tons of money, I could have ordered like an old and a new so you could see the difference. And I know this isn't a comparison, but so this is what this used to look like if you ordered the country floral folder. So it came with this thing. This is what they look like now. So this is a new one that Stampin' Up is making. Obviously, this is a dynamic folder, so it's much fatter. So this is kind of not a direct comparison, but so this is what it is wrapped in, which you could probably keep like extra cardstock in if you needed this. You know, if you like to save stuff like I do. And so here's what the folder comes with, and it does have like the sandwich instructions on it. It's just two different ones. So there's embossing and then 3D embossing. So basically, regular folder, dynamic folder. So, it does look much the same. I'd say it feels a little bit lighter, but that could just be because I know it's different. So, I'm going to run this through something and see. The other thing I wanted to show you, and I think I got one out. So this is the difference in the folders, in case you look and you get something that says, this is going to be the new one. This is the stuff. You could still get this depending on if they've sold out or not. It might say Sizzix. So there's a chance you could. But if not, these are what the new ones look like. And then if you were to get the old set, this is what it looks like. And this is the new one. So you can see they do kind of match the size of this. It would not fit in here in the case. Might fit in here out of the case. This is a little bit thinner, but I think it's more durable. Let's see. So look at that. So you could fit the whole thing in there. Not with this, so the plastic alone, but the stamp set and the die, all the dies. And the paper and the tape on here is not like the ridiculous tape of the past. See, it comes off really easily. Very simple. Because I know there's many a die when it was like the ones that were really thin. Like I was afraid I was going to rip them. Like if I was pulling this off. Hold on, because this is two things stuck together. I would have been afraid that I was going to like, and you could see these are already falling off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do two things before I get my dies. I'm going to actually try to trace them with a pencil. So maybe I can keep them in remotely the same spot. But I also for a while had gotten some magnetic sheet from Amazon. That way I kind of know where they go. And so I don't know if I'm going to do that, if I'm going to trace it or if I'm going to magnet sheet it. But anyway, I think they are definitely, they don't feel flimsy. The edge is definitely closer. So let's see. if you were to look at, just say for example, I know these don't match, but just for sake of argument, this isn't a good example. Hold on. Well, here you go. This is my point. I know I've taken him off before, but anyway, you can see these have a big lip around the edge, and these are really tight. This is not a lot of excess dye. So I am going to cut something out with these just to see how they cut. And these, hold on, let me flip these over. They used these at a party last week. They're not exactly lined up in the same spaces. So bear with me. I'm like a fool about relining these things up because I'm always afraid I'm going to lose them. Okay. So we do again have, just as a comparison, hold on, move this up a little bit. There we go. So you can fit your thing, I guess at least most of them, in with there. You also will notice that this is taller. Same width, but it's taller. So it's definitely bigger lengthwise. I get the magnet sheets from Amazon too. I should say I get them, but I used them for a long time and then I kind of stopped using them. So, what else here? Magnet sheet. You put some, I know some people do put their magnet sheets in here, which is also a good idea. I believe they also have put new instructions here on how to mount your cling mount stamp sets. And I also do have a tutorial. If for some reason you don't have it, let me know and I can post it onto the blog or email it to you or whatever. And let's see what else. Vent covers. I know a lot of people said they do the vent covers because they're cheap. So, hey, whatever's cheaper, I understand. Then you can buy more stamp stuff. So, let's see here. I'm going to just continue what I have since this kind of all goes together. And then we'll go back and cut something out to see how it cuts. So, with that one, also in that suite, there was this designer series paper, which totally sold me on because it was crafty. I thought this was so fun. So if you guys have seen this like a million times, just tell me, we can skip ahead. Cut and emboss, because you can emboss with things. So if you use an embossing mat, Genie, you can emboss. So what you could do is if you wanted to just put the impression of this, you could use your embossing mat. Now, you already have to buy one because they won't be carrying it any longer. I don't think it's sold out as of yet, but you can emboss with your die. So if you just wanted the shape of something, so say if you wanted to, like, if you stamp the lighthouse as like a deboss, and then you could stamp the stamp on top of it, so it would give it a little bit different of a depth. So that, I'm guessing, is why. And you're right, it does say stamp and cut and emboss. Maybe because it's cutting and embossing. What's this one say? I think it just means some cuts and some embosses. I guess that's their new tagline, cut and emboss. I don't know. That's my best guess. But again, you can emboss with your dies if you've never done that before. You do have to have an embossing mat, which we do still carry, the one from Sizzix. It should still be in there. I don't believe it's sold out, but if not, I'm guessing they're going to come out with an embossing mat eventually of their own. I don't know. That's just a guess. I'm not really sure. But, yes. So I think I just answered that question when I went back and actually read what you were talking about. So this is a lot of really cool sides. It's got something that's like more of an art crafty and then kind of a cool background. We have markers. These look like, obviously, Stampin' Blends with the lids off, which is kind of neat. And then watercolor pencils. And that's really, these are really pretty. I really like this one. This would be great if you're doing like a scrapbooking page for someone who is a scrapbooker. Or make your own scrapbook. Maybe you could take pictures of your scrapbooking events. That would be kind of cool. And this is a nice one too. I like it with the sewing. All the different nice ribbons. And then the other side is, I know the embossing mat is retiring. You're absolutely right. But I don't think it's sold out yet. And the scissors. We need big scissors, by the way. Stampin' Up, in case anybody's watching my video. And then this one, little clips, which is really cute. And I like, it's very colorful. It reminds me a lot of the 80s. Very, very pretty. And as usual, in case you didn't know this, They do put the colors that coordinates with the paper. So whatever color coordinates with this does go in the back. So that's always nice to have as well. And also, I'm not sure, and I've never done this before, so I am considering doing a paper share. So if you think that sounds like something you might be interested in, just kind of get myself like a possible head count of who might want to do that. Just leave a comment. I'm going to go back and see if anybody is actually interested in that, because it'd be a great way for me to not have so much paper, maybe. So the other thing in that suite are these little paper boxes, which you can fill with treats. So they're already scored. Kind of cute if you did like a retreat. You could have these for your party. You could fill them with some treats. You could fill this with treats and give to somebody if they joined your team, or somebody that you like to craft with, which is totally cute because it does close up. And then there's washi tape. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but there we go. No better way to do that. But it's really cute washi tape. There's like a Stampin' Up roll, so you could like tape up your box like you were shipping yourself your own box, and then the little crosshairs and the yellow. So I thought that was really fun. Watching from Michigan. Thank you from Michigan. And there's one more thing, and this one I didn't open yet because I opened a couple things earlier. As you guys saw, I was taking pictures. I'm trying not to make a mess of this, but this is an embellishment kit, and it comes in this little box. I don't really exactly know what's in here because, quite honestly, I was like, I don't probably need the embellishments. But then I was like, I'm just going to get it anyway, and we'll see. So this hat, oh, these are those little felt pieces. So it's got some baker's twine. And then some little, isn't that cute? Look at these little tags. They say made with love, and the little paper clips. That's so cute. And then these, and you probably, hold on, let me see, because I had an envelope here. What did I do with it? Oh, almost. You could almost fit an envelope in there. It's just a little bit too small. I was going to say you could give somebody a box of cards in this, but you could give them cards. You just couldn't put envelopes in it. But there are these little felt pieces. There's 4 different ones. These are cute. You could decorate your projects with. So they just pop out. Cute. Oh, you know what you could do? You could pop these out and you could use it as like a negative, a die. They do pop out really easily. That'd be cute. You could just like sponge dauber in if you needed a heart or a star. Really cute. Here's an arrow. That'd be fun, huh? So there's that. See, I'm going to put my washi tape in here so I don't... Now watch, I'll be like, now I know I ordered washi tape. Where did I put it? All right, so let me see. Hello, Karen from Australia. Hey, Brina. I was telling everybody, you missed it because you just got on here. Thank you for sending me that little stamp. I shared that. In case you missed it. Of course, now I can't find it because everything's everywhere. But someone asked where they could get that stamp if you had it made. So if they ask again, you can share that information. Go right ahead. All right. So I think that was all that was in that suite. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. So let me see if I can put this on the side without creating a disaster. That's going to be, here's the, again, the embossing folder. In case you missed that. Let's see. Move this. Move this. I need an assistant for my stamping after dark. Did your husband make it home, Donna, speaking of, from Baltimore yet, or is he still in town for business? All right, let me put these over here. Let's see, we'll do this one next. I have this, and then this one goes with these. So what I'll do is we'll stamp something, and we'll see how close it is. So again, this is Sailing Home. This goes together with this die set, so you can fit that all in there, which is pretty cool. But we have noticed that the tape isn't as sticky, so I guess I'll kind of depend to see what it looks like. But I'm glad these are in the cling because they'll at least stick to the sticker. So there's one plus. Then we also have, I love Stampin' After Dark, I know. I need to come up with my own cheesy theme song for Stampin' After Dark. I don't know, it's getting worse and worse as I'm singing. I really need to stop. So this paper, oh my gosh, when I saw this paper, first of all, I love Nautical anything. So when I saw this paper, I loved it. But this is Come Sail Away, which would be super duper. Look at that, like a water map. A chart of the harbor. I don't know whose harbor it is, but it's really neat. There's that. And then this apparently was pieced together, they said at one stage. They told us pieced together from all different newspaper clippings about nautical happenings. So there's Pennsylvania, says here. So I'm going to have to scour this and see if I see anything about Ocean City, Maryland, or here's Rockaway Beach for y'all in New Jersey, Long Island Sound. So I thought it was really cute. And then the other side is knots. And let's see. This paper is really pretty as well. I love the stripes. And I'm guessing this is some sort of a seaweed underwater something or other. We have sailboats. And another nice, like a linen stripe. I really like that color. Wonder what that is. That must be Mossy Meadow, I bet. This one is really nice. This reminds me of like an awesome shirt I would love to own. And then the other side is even better though with the nautical instruments. So pretty. And then last but not least, we have lighthouses, and it's kind of on like a scratched looking background. And stripes. I love this too. This would make some great pants. So that has, again, you have the die set and the stamp set that goes with it. And then there is a Memories and More card pack, which this looked like it has some really cool stuff in it. Also, really quickly, I did order another thing, but this also comes with a baker's twine, and this is Hair of Sand and Night of Navy, I think. Night of Navy. Yep, and Sahara Sand. So I got one, to bring one home from one stage. So that was cool. So the cardstock pack, I went to one stage in Atlantic City. So I had went through this whole thing where I was going to do the Memories and More thing, but you guys know I'm not a very good scrapbooker, but I thought these pieces in here would make for just really neat card backgrounds. That's honestly why I went ahead with the whole thing. But it does have some really pretty pieces. There's some like really nice overlays. I love the seagulls. Free as the ocean. This would be some great stuff if you needed to add it in for scrapbooking. Some notes. Life is better when we're together. Really, really like this. This paper is super cool. And then this is also obviously, whoops, a very masculine theme. But I think this will probably be a really popular one, which is good because they need to have some dude stuff in all year round for people. So Father's Day, Memories, Hello Handsome. I could use that for the rainbow stamper. Really, really pretty. I like all these. You made my day. And then the big pack has some, I think, some really neat overlay pieces that are a little bit clearer. You didn't hear that? Oh, well, you know, I'm glad you know then. Yeah, they said that they pieced it together. I guess maybe it just depends on who remembers what. I always remember those obscure things too. So this is a really cool paper. Kind of looks like a list. But then the other side, look at that. It's just that same print, but in black and white. And then I'm not real big on these because I always feel like I'm going to rip them. So I know we have that paper in the back, which I've never gotten. And again, this is really thin. There's probably two here. Maybe not. I could be wrong. But one side is like crumb cake and the other is white, which is really neat because it gives a super cool background. But apparently a lot of people use these as stencils and then they'll sponge dauber over them. So I might try that if there's two pieces. But I think these have a lot of like nice elements. And this would be great too if you have maybe like a beach home. Oh, look at this one. It's really cool. If you have a beach house, you could even use this as like some decorative backgrounds for it. Look at this one. How cool. You can cut them down the middle. So again, you have both sides. So you have one that's kind of crumb cake and vanilla, and then one that's white. How great is that? I love that. Here's a lighthouse. To be very careful when I put these back together. I can totally see myself ripping them. And then there's stickers. So this is stickers. There's some long stickers, some tags. There's another one like a wavy kind of thing. And stickers. So I think those are really, really, really fun. I really like what they've done with this. And quite honestly, I think this is a nicer component of cards and accessories than even the paper pumpkin stuff because it's so unique. I really, really like these Memories and More packs. I think they're really, really, really sweet. So that's a lot of stuff. And you could even just make cards with those. I mean, you could buy this and buy yourself a pack of the coordinating paper and make yourself a bunch of cards just with that stuff. And I think that was all that goes with that. So I'm pretty sure that's it. Hello, Gainer. Thank you for joining. Yes, I mean, it'll be great for scrapbooking pages if you're a scrapper. I'm just a little lazy. Hi, Luli. If you guys haven't checked out Luli's blog, she makes incredible cards. You should go check her out. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. But Luli, if you want to share what your blog is called, she is incredibly talented. And I'm thinking, if you're in the blog hub, we do have a blog hub coming up on Saturday at 10 o'clock. It's Mother's Day / spring theme. It starts at 10 o'clock. So there's trinkets. Yes, you know what? It's because I forgot. Thanks. Thanks, Janet. Janet is my assistant this evening. I had gotten, was lucky enough that I got these at one stage. So I just forgot. But anyway, so you have these anchors and these ship wheels. Really, really cute. And what we did was we used a little bit of this. Let's see if I can do one without wrecking it. Let's see. So what we did, we made a card with the Memories and More thing. And that was the thing. We just made a really simple card with that. Oh, I think I made it. How you like that? So you could take this and hook it like onto your card. You could put it on your card and you could even like untwirl the end of one. Kind of like let it fall. You could do just one of them if you wanted to, but really cool. Nice. You could make these and give them out as like bookmarks. Add a little something to it. Thoughts are spinning in my head. We'll see if I follow through with them. That's the reason I need an assistant to write down all the crazy stuff I say while I'm doing these. So maybe I'll remember to actually do it. I'm going to keep this on the side. That way we can stamp something and cut it out with. I think that's it. Let's see. The Vanna of Stampin' Up. Janet, wouldn't that be lovely? Janet, show them what they've won. I know you guys think I've all lost my mind now, but... And I may have. So the other thing I got was I did get the Free as a Bird stamp set. And I got the paper as well, which I thought was so pretty. We made a card with this at one stage with these little birds. So cute. So let me share this with you. This was another really cool thing. We learned at one stage. So apparently, whoever designed this paper hand drew these birds. And then they colored them in with the Stampin' Blends. And then they made it into paper. Which, how incredible is that? I mean... There's some very talented people behind this. That's all I have to say, because this is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. But there's some beautiful paper. So that's what they did for this. They drew all these little birds. I'm sure they just drew like, you know, they drew one set of whatever it was. And then they just obviously continue, you know, duplicate it down. But still, pretty cool. I have all these little birds. So if you're a bird lover, lots of great little birds. And then some stripes. It's a very fun paper pattern. These nice flowers. And then these keys. These are so cute. I don't know if you guys remember. I'm sure some of you have seen The Secret Garden. It's one of my favorite movies. I love that with the whole, the garden coming to life. But that key reminds me of that. And you have the feathers. And the little bird cages. Really cool. And then some branched flowers. And seagulls. Gosh, I love seagulls. That is one of my favorite sounds. Seagulls, because it means I'm close to the beach and the waves are crashing. Or I'm just in the parking lot at Aldi. One of the two. And then you have little bird feet. How cute are they? And little birds. I think that's the last one. Yeah. So this has a really nice color palette as well. So again, that goes with this. And I feel like there's something that goes with that. Let's see. What is this? Oh, yes, it was this. The stitched nested labels. So this is one of the wider ones. So I have my circles here. So this is a wider one. So you can see this is exactly the same size as the wide. So this was the layering circles. So this matches exactly. So the only one that's different, the other one is taller. But they do have these little kind of stick in here flaps. How does this go? Yeah. All right. So these are a little bit of a hard to get in there for me, but I don't usually close the flaps anyway, so these are like this huge amount of layering. These are double-sided, so it cuts the inside and the outside. So we'll have to run one of these through to see what they look like. I'll leave this one out. That way we can see what this looks like. But this is kind of designed to go along with this. So you could use the biggest one to kind of cut this guy out here. And that way you would have it framed if you wanted to. So we'll cut a piece of this out. That way we can see what it looks like. And a lace trim. Yes, that's what this little stick is here. And more. Now, I didn't get the other stuff, so I didn't buy the whole Uber suite for the bird, because there is, I believe you're right, there is some other stuff that goes with the bird. I kind of held myself back on that because I knew, yeah, there are some trinkets, there's the laser cut cards in a tin, and those I didn't think I was going to use, because the laser cut stuff, I tend to rip because I get a little crazy. And there's a lace trim that goes with it as well. So I didn't get the whole suite of that. So Janet is right. There is some more stuff that goes with that. Okay, so let's see what else. Am I wrong? Is there something else? I think I missed something here. Hold on. I was doing this earlier. I believe I overlooked something because I'm like, well, I missed this one. No, you're not the only one. I think it's going to be that and out. So I also forgot to show you this. This also goes with, where did I put it? This has a coordinating die set, which I got just sidetracked by that folder. But you can cut out your pens. So your little pens here, you can cut those out. You can cut out your spool. I don't want to take too many things off because then I'll forget where I put them. You can cut out your spool of thread. So let's see if I can remember where they were. Yeah, almost. Go with that. I am going to try and trace these, I think. And then this one has some really cool edges. You can also cut out this little thing here, cuts out this little flourish, and then you could stamp something in the middle. You have your ink bottle, you have your clip, little paper clip, which is super cute, and then like some different buttons and stuff. So this does go with the, this is the Arts and Crafts dies. And also, just in case you missed it, so it does fit in there as well. Nicely. They're also just calling them dies. They're not naming them all the lits and thinlets and framelets and edgelets. Dies and folders. That's it. They tried to make it simpler, which is good because I know that was confusing to people as of what did what. So this and this, I think, are a bundle. Hold on. Let me confer back to my catalog because I could be wrong and maybe it's the other thing, but let me just make sure. There's a lot of really good stuff in this catalog, guys. That's one thing I have to tell you. Lots of really cool bundles and just some stuff that's really we've been missing for a while. Let's say that. 53. Okay, so if you get the whole suite, you get obviously the stamp set, the dies, the paper, and then you can get the embossing folder, the embellishment kit, the washi tape, and the shipping boxes. Or if you're getting the bundle, it comes with the stamp set and the dies. So the folder would be separate. So the folder isn't part of the bundle. Okay, so let me put this over here. And I'm going to cut a few of these things just to see. What else did I get? Anything else in here? Oh, here's the paper. I'll show you this because you can kind of see the colors a little bit better. So these are the end colors. Sometimes when you look actually on the paper, it's easier to see what colors the colors are. So that's Purple Posy. I know it's probably not showing up very well because it's dark. Seaside Spray. Rococo Rose. Terracotta Tile. And I believe it's Pretty Peacock. Is that right? Pretty Peacock on the bottom. Yes, Pretty Peacock. So they're all very pretty. And they're they're not like the in colors that we just got last year, which were super bright, but I do think we were due for some bright ones. Pamela, I feel your pain. That's why I'm a demonstrator. At least I get some sort of a discount on what I'm buying. But I think these are really nice complementary colors to a lot of stuff we have. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're not like wowzer colors. And they might not be, but we kind of always have a lot of colors that are really wowzer. These two, I think, look really pretty together. If you look at them in person, as do those two. Even these three. And then these three are really pretty together. These three are really pretty together. Those two are, I mean, definitely they have a lot of combinations of what you can do with them. So these are the in colors. And I am going to, I'm going to make, so anyone who places an order this month, because I haven't sent my thank yous out for April, I'm going to make you a sampler of this. I'll make you a little tag so you can see a little piece of each, what they look like. If you don't have a demonstrator, no, a lot of people on here are demonstrators, and there's not anything wrong with that. But if you don't have a demonstrator and you are in the United States, I'd be happy to be your demonstrator. If you send me your name and your full address, mailing address, including your zip code, make sure you add that. I'll send you a catalog when they come out. Won't be for a little bit still, but let's see, what else did I get? I got some, oh my gosh, I was almost out of window sheets. I was out of it, I should say. I got some window sheet, and I just got some paper, and I think I got some glossy cardstock because that's going away. Did I get glossy? Yes, I did get glossy. And I'm going to revisit in the next few weeks a couple of techniques with the glossy that I have talked about before in case you guys missed it, because you can do one with wax paper and an iron, and you can iron a pattern on, which is really neat. You can do one when you use your shimmer paint, and you can actually do an emboss resist or a shimmer paint resist on this, which is neat. But then someone on YouTube asked me if I've ever drawn like a pattern or a picture onto wax paper and then ironed it, so I might try doing that too. I don't know if it will or won't work, but I figure it's at least worth a shot. So let's see. I think that's it. I got a whole bunch of, what did I get these for? I got these clear cases. I got another pack of these because I use these to keep my, my chamois in so they don't get dried out. I think, I've never noticed they've gotten funky in there, so I've done that thus far. Okay, let me just put some of this stuff away so it doesn't end up on the floor. And then we will cut a few of these things out and see what they look like. Let's see. So this and move these out of the way. All right, so what we'll do is I'm going to stamp a couple of these things. move some of this stuff out of the way. And I believe, what is that one? That's the dies. I thought I still had that folder. I just wanted to run that through. I don't know what I did with it. Well, if I can find that embossing folder that I got as well, I'll run it through. I just want you guys to be able to see what it looks like. So, what I'm going to do is, let's see, I'm going to put one of these on too in case you haven't seen it. We'll do the sailboat. So, for these new cling mounts, in case you haven't seen them, what you can do is, you can do one of two things. You can either pull just half of it and stick your sticker on. You do want to take the back off. Or you can pull both pieces off. And I would definitely recommend doing it on a flat surface. Make sure you get your head in there so you can see what you're doing. Kind of lay it down and press. And this entire sheet will match up with this entire sheet, as you see here. So I guess if you wanted to, you could figure out a way to stick the whole thing on at once, but that seems a little too risky for me. I wouldn't do that. So then once you have your sticker on, which is nice, put it on your hand or on your jeans or something, just to take a little of the sticky off, because otherwise it is very difficult to get off. It's like one way or the other. It doesn't stick or it won't let go. Let me grab a bigger block. But in the grand scheme of things, I'd rather have something that sticks a lot, because at least we know it won't fall off that way, right? I know, I'm so sad the glossy paper is retiring. And also the Sizzix adhesive sheets, obviously, because their Sizzix are going. So if you want those, I just ordered another pack of those the time before. So I did order some of those. I might wait and see if they go on sale at all, but before I buy any more. So let's see. Oh, I already took this one off. So I'm going to do this. But anyway, so the Sizzix adhesive sheets are going away as well, obviously, since their partnership with Sizzix is over. So if you've never seen this before, these are the new design stamp pads, and they do have these nice stickers on the bottom. What I usually do is I peel off the whole extra sticker. And then it's a really cool thing they did was, so you have your color. And I know a lot of people have done this. I've kind of started doing it myself lately. So I put the name one on the front, whatever language you need, whatever your main or your preferred language is. Oh, come on, Rachel. Okay, and then you have this other blank one here. This one's just a solid bar. And this goes here in this little bar. And then the next ones you can kind of do depending how you want. Because don't we all have aspirations of traveling to different countries? And if you don't, I think you should. So let's say you want to learn how to speak. Oh my goodness, which one is it? I'm going to go with possibly, this looks French. So you could take the French and put that on the back. And then you will learn how to say pretty peacock, maybe. That could be in French. I'm guessing it's French. Péon pimpon. I'm not really good with French. Spanish, yes. And if you wanted to, you could always take the extra ones from the side, depending on how much, if you wanted to try to learn. I'm going to say maybe, oh, I don't even know. I'm going to make myself look like a fool. I see Canada, so that should be German. I don't know what that last one is. I feel terrible. I have no idea. I would want to say Japanese, but I probably would. I'm sure it's not. I don't know. So you could snip the other sides, and then you can put these on the side. That way, when you're grabbing your ink, there's never any, you always know what color it is. So that's good. You're hoping, what old sticky sheets, Pamela? I don't know anything about those. I'd be interested to know, though. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this. And then we'll cut this out. It's very pretty. Nice color. Okay, so let's do that, and then I'm going to do one more thing. That way I can cut this out and see what it looks like. Clean this one off. I'll do something with a word. So with your these new cling mounts, like the first couple times you take them off, make sure when you grab from all the way to the bottom. Don't just pull it by the top because it could pull the rubber off. So pull it all the way off. And let's see. We'll do this one here. I don't know what this says, but let hope be your anchor, looks like. All right, so let me move this over here for a moment. See if we can find the coordinating sticker. Pull this off. Do you want to make sure when you put your thing on that you put it on in the right direction? So again, I'm just lining that up. Press it down. Peel it up. Stick it to your hand. They were dot matrix. Oh, they probably were easy to line up then, I bet. I don't know what those were. Maybe it was a Stampin' Up brand. Maybe they'll bring it back. That'd be a cool thing. Maybe they'll bring that back in the holiday catalog. I'm sure they already have that one in the works. Probably waiting to be printed. All right, so let's see. If this is... I think it's going to be too small. I'm going to go up one. So I'll put this back. Now I will say these are a little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit thicker to pull off because they are double-sided. So they're slightly thick, but that tape is still not nearly as sticky as that other stuff was. That other stuff was crazy. Okay, I think this should fit. We'll see. Stamping really nicely, like that. It's got that like worn beachy look. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this out. That looks pretty much like it matches. Let me close this up. We'll cut both of these out with my Big Shot, and we'll see what they look like. Plus that way we can see how close this cuts. I believe this is the larger. Looks like a larger. Thinking so. That looks pretty good. Okay, so we'll cut these out and see how they turn out. You move all this stuff out of the way. Oh, good night in Ohio. I'm sure, you know, you lose track of stuff when you don't actually have to leave the house of what time things are. You do have to go to gymnastics tomorrow. I shouldn't say that, but... All right, so we're going to put this here. See if I can kind of line this up. And I think this is the correct one. Hopefully so. All right, so this is the first one with new dies. Let's see how they cut. I've been Stampin' Up with them longer than that, but I did kind of have a little bit of an ebb and flow when I had my son. I took a little time off of stamping. Okay, so here we go. See what this looks like. So it does stitch that, if you can see, which is really cool. It's a very nice cut. Doesn't have any of those little fuzzies. One of my good Stampin' friends, we were talking about the fuzzies that sometimes would get stuck there. And it's neat because look at the little outline it makes. That's really cool. Okay, and you see this. This is really close. It is lined. I mean, that was beautiful. Look at the edge of that. That looks really nice. I think this did a super fabulous job of cutting stuff out. It's very close to the edge. So I like it a lot. You're watching the Yankees on the West Coast. Look at you. Nicole. We're rooting for the Orioles. Didn't you know that? Night, ladies. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Well, anyway, so now you know these do cut very close. I like the cut of them a lot. They really are. Look at that. And they dropped out really nicely. They don't have a lot of those little weird edges on them. And then again, we have this one like the double stitched. This would be really cool. So, And there's the other side of it. So you could use this as well. You could take this, like pop it up. Just rub the edges with your sponge or your dauber. Really cool. So let me see if I can find, daggone it, I just want to find that folder because I was at least going to run that through if I can get a hold of it. Let me see if I can locate it. I think I put it over here in my box. You went to Baltimore once, yeah, and you probably saw, I'm sure the Orioles lost because we're really good at that. Especially, but you know what? I'm going to tell you, you're welcome for Mike Messina. He was my favorite player when I was growing up. Till he went to the Yankees. But that's okay. We still like him. Here it is. Okay, I just found, I know he was just inducted into the Hall of Fame. Lucky him. You don't remember that? Yeah, I know. Well, you know, and it could be that, like, maybe, you know, sometimes, Susan, there's times when there's things in the catalog that I didn't even know were in the catalog until I found out they were gone. And I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't know that was something that was in there. So I'm going to just run this through just to see what it looks like. So I'm going to grab my other plate. So I don't know if you do or don't need, you know, normally if we were using this, we would use this, the thin die adapter and the Big Shot platform and both of these. But I don't really know if we need that. So I'm going to cut out the thin die adapter for now. We'll see what this looks like. So I'm going to just put this through. What do I have here? Have like a little scrap piece of Flirty Flamingo. So we'll see what this looks like just with this. I'm going to put it through with the regular platform and 2 cutting pads. I'm not going to use that thin adapter. We'll see what this looks like. And then if I need to, I'll add more. You're watching hockey. Oh, well, see, we also would be rooting for the Capitals. I don't even care about hockey. I'm lying. They're whatever. It's fine with me. So there is just with 2 cutting pads and the platform. I did not use the adapter. But I have another scrap piece of paper here. What color is this one? Let's see if this is big enough. Yeah, that's not really very big. Hold on. I'm almost to a piece that looks like a piece of cardstock. Okay. Happens to be the same color. I'm going to put this through and I'm going to add the thin die adapter as well. So I'll put both and we'll see which one looks better. Okay. That's too much. So you cannot use this with the die. You probably could spritz it. Maybe. I'm just going to do it just for the heck of it. What do I have here? I think I have some shimmer paint in here. I'm just going to give it a spray just to see if it lightens up at all when it's a little bit wet. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, this one I just sprayed a little bit. So it did give a little bit, yeah, it's not really that much noticeable more. No, it is definitely. It's a little deeper. So if you spray this, I just sprayed this with alcohol. Because you can tell the difference. There's a much more depth if you spray it. But again, when you're using, so this is just a regular die. This isn't even a dynamic or a fat die. You don't want to use this with this. You just use your regular platform and 2 cutting pads. And then you'll get a really deep impression. And if you spritz it first, it'll give you even deeper impression. Definitely gives crisper lines, I think, if you spritz it. I sprayed it with alcohol and shimmer paint. And you probably can't see the shimmer, but it's really cute. So, I think that is about all I have. And I'm going to go back to using my magnetic platform now that I've figured out how to use it without warping anything. In case you guys haven't seen this before, you know, since this is going away and all, but I'll still be using it. If you have trouble with your dies warping, which I've used the same one on top now for many months, I just use one for the bottom, and if it has a bow, I put it so you can press down. So if you can see that. So I wouldn't flip it like this to try to flatten it back out. You don't want to do that. You want to keep it so the bow goes down. And then I just use the same top plate all the time. I never put this one on the bottom. And I have not had any problem with it bending. So that's been a new discovery for me. So thank you guys for stopping by this evening to check out the dies and all the stuff we have. I will try to make some projects soon. Again, I do have on Saturday a blog hop coming up with Team Stamp It. It is Mother's Day / spring. I don't know what I'm making yet. I'm going to make something and you'll find out what it is the same time I do, Saturday at 10 o'clock. You can start at Rachthestamper to find it. I don't think I'm doing anything else this week that I know of. However, oh, also, in case you do like Shimmer Mist, these two, if you missed them, they are back. They were anyway. They were back in the clearance rack. The Vegas Gold and the Bright Copper. So I ordered 2 of those. And a lot of cool stuff in the clearance rack. So worth a shot if you're looking for something. And I think that's it. So thank you guys for the first episode of Stampin' After Dark. Maybe another time we'll do it. And we'll say bad words. And we'll bring drinks. Thank you, Pam, for joining. I appreciate it. I hope you guys had a fun time. I always have fun stamping with you. It makes me happy. Can't wait. I know I can't wait till I can pre-order too. I don't know what's going to be on the list. I know I have a very large list and probably still I'll only get about half of it, most likely. And I'm hoping maybe they'll come out with some new shimmer paint around Christmas. Wouldn't that be cool? Like some, I don't really know what other color would be a great color, but I'd love that shimmer paint. It is so fun to use. It's really, really fun. So make sure I'm just giving you a minute to leave a comment. I'll draw a winner for this as well and send out a card kit. If you are the winner of a card kit, if you noticed your name from the one that was on the other day, I have a page on my blog that says giveaways, and you just have to fill out a form and it'll send me an email and then I'll send you a card kit. So make sure you leave a comment. Yeah, 3, 2, 1, and then I will pick some winners tomorrow and post some names. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful evening wherever you are.